How's it going, everybody? Pat from Unsigned Pop Punk here. Just wanted to take a minute to thank this week's sponsor, Stay Focused. Now, Stay Focused is a rad, up-and-coming band from Limburg, Germany, who makes emotional music for emotional people. Check out their new album, Values, featuring the singles Colorless, Cope, and New Picture Frame, streaming everywhere now. So, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, go stream it, blast it, share it. Make sure to also give them a follow on their socials at Stay Focused Band to keep up to date on new singles, tours, music videos, and to find links for their merch so you can, show your support wearing it and help them out. Thank you so much again to Stay Focused for sponsoring this week's episode. We cannot wait to see what comes next for you. Now let's get into it. Also, make sure to stay till the end of the video so you can see the music video for Stay Focused, New Picture Frame. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Ternowski. With me is Matt Reed, and today we have Shane Hurst from Adjust the Sales from Atlanta, Georgia on the show. Shane, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, heck yeah. All right,
took a little bit getting here because I suck at checking emails, but we're here. That's all that matters, right?
We did it, It's just the day started pretty interesting because I had put it in the calendar, so I knew about it, but I forgot to tell Matt because I was like, well, I'll add it to the calendar, and then once I get that email for Shane, then I'll put all the information in after, and then I didn't get it, and then I completely forgot about it because it was on the calendar. All right. So it was good for me. I was good to go.
Yeah, that's like my worst thing with this whole thing is like actually responding. So I always tried to respond to messages, and then after a little bit it kind of not got to be too much, but it's just one of those things where it's there's so many notifications, and eventually I need a break from my phone that I end up taking too much of a break. About 2 years ago, somebody tried hooking me up with one of their buddies who plays drums for a couple bands around the area. And we started chatting it up we were going to have him kind of get incorporated into Adjust the Sales. And then for one reason or another, I just never responded to one of his messages. And it just didn't happen. And then it was funny because my last show, a month ago, the drummer of one of the bands came up. He's like, hey, Adjust the Sales, right? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I think I was supposed to play drums for you last year. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I'm the worst.
I'm literally the worst.
That's fair. I'm bad at doing that too. I will see that I just actually went through and answered a bunch of emails today. And there were some from at least long for me, and there was some from the beginning of November that were pertinent that I should have answered. And I was like, oh shit, no wonder I have so many pending emails. I'm a month out.
Oh man.
Yeah, so because I'll get into this, I'll start answering them, and then I'll go, this one's important, I'll wait till I'm not preoccupied to answer it, and then it'll get shoved.
It just gets buried. Yeah, it just gets buried, man. So it's I think the emails and messages you sent me about this, but then I also had a band reach out and was like, hey, I had this really funny idea for a Christmas pop punk song if you want to hop on it. And I was like, yeah, that's something I'd be interested in. Let me message him back in a little bit. And next I knew 3 weeks passed, and I was like, hey, is it too late? And he's like, we might be able to get you on it. And then I totally forgot about it again until today because the message got buried. So just need to. I think I just need to be like, hey, I know I'm busy, but like I need to respond to this or else I'll forget. So
Yeah, I gotta do the same thing. So it's okay. We're brothers in that aspect.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So you just released your cover of "Get Your Game On," the Yu-Gi-Oh theme song. What made you want to reimagine that?
So I've played Yu-Gi-Oh like a lot off and on. So like there's aside from music, there's two things that are fairly consistent in my life, and that is Destiny 2 and Yu-Gi-Oh, which to most people will probably be like, ew, why? But like at the same time, like I don't know, I just love them. Like I played it as a kid, and then I got back into it when I was in college, and I got like all my old friend group into it. We were playing all the time. And then I moved down here and it was like I don't really have anything to do when I'm here. And I think it was like right near like the end of like everything being shut down during the pandemic, like things were opening back up.
Yeah.
Was talking to one of my buddies about it, and I'm like, you know what? I have found them all my old cards. I kind of want to play again. So I started going to shops again, and it kept going off, and I kind of got back into playing it to the point where I kind of went broke buying the new sets as one does playing card games. But
Yep. Mm-hmm.
My brother's friend Chucky was constantly asking me to put out a Yu-Gi-Oh GX theme even before like Adjust the Sales like had any sort of popping off. He was like, "Yo, when are you gonna do a Yu-Gi-Oh GX theme cover?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. I can't really shred because like that song has a lot of shredding on it. Like not a lot, but like the whole half of the song is just a guitar solo." And I'm like, "I can't do that."
Well, I
But
mean, it's a Japanese animation show. I mean,
oh
they're
yeah.
all shreddy.
So of course, well, yeah, and of course, like so, the English opening for it is going to basically just be like if you listen to the original, the especially the beginning of the song, it sounds like knockoff Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne.
Nice.
So I just I couldn't really bring myself to like do it, but I was like, okay, maybe I'm interested. Well, then the people I started playing with down here in Georgia after we moved here, they were kind of like, "Hey, I'm surprised you don't have like a Yu-Gi-Oh song." I'm like, "Well, I reference it in another song. One of my songs, Marble Arch Drive, has like a Yu-Gi-Oh throwaway line." But basically they were like, "Hey, the original version isn't on Spotify. We don't like the version on Spotify. You should do a cover and throw it up there." So I finally was like, you know what, whatever. Let me sit down and try and figure this out. And I was trying to play it, and I was like, one, this is out of my range, so I'm gonna have to change the keys. So like I threw a capo on my acoustic and just kind of kept moving it around until I found like the key that fit. And I was like, okay, this works, but also I don't know how I'm gonna make this sound amped up. So what if I just turn it into like an acoustic song? And when I was playing it, I was like, these lyrics like sound like a nostalgic, like sad, I miss my friends and like the good
Oh,
times we
totally.
had vibe. So I was like, I'm going with it. I'm just gonna send it. So sent it, and then was like, this is such a weird thing. It's going to be super easy to market because it's kind of funny. So that's kind of why I just stuck with it. I could have just had it be a little cover that I played and just didn't do anything with. And then first post I made with it got like 100,000 views on Instagram. And I was like, okay, I guess I need to put this out.
Yeah. I saw your post about that, and I was just like, all right.
The internet is a weird place, dude. It's a weird place.
Oh, but it's okay because you're definitely not alone. There's 100,000 people that agreed with you, and like me and Matt, we enjoy a lot of Pokemon. We have our Pokemon stuff, so
I like that. I can play the games. The card game itself, though, I had a phase where I played the card game, especially I think it was like one of the times where I kind of stopped playing, took a break from Yu-Gi-Oh because I was like, this is getting too expensive. So me and a couple friends just picked up like starter decks and we're like, let's just play Pokemon like casually. And then he started kind of getting more into it. Was like, I need to make my deck better. And next thing I knew, he was going to tournaments, and I was like, no, I've been down this. I'm not doing this again. Like,
I can't do this again.
But like I can play the games. Like I really liked Arceus. I know a lot of people complained about Arceus, but I thoroughly enjoyed that game. It was a nice. I don't know. It's not that I don't like gym battles. It's just it was kind of cool having. I know Pokemon games in general are like open world, but like it was kind of cool actually being out there and like not even necessarily getting a battle, just throw a ball at something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I I know Matt does a lot. Like still goes out and does a bunch of Pokemon Go. I got him back into Pokemon Go because I was playing with my son for a bit, and now Matt does it, and then he pesters me. He's like, "Hey, can you open my gifts I sent you? Can you open my gifts?"
So we started when we first moved down to Georgia. We moved like 20 minutes north of Atlanta, and we got back into it a little bit. Me and my now wife, we got into it and kind of would go out during like raid hours and play. And then we moved down to where we're living now, which is like a little bit more south and closer to her grandparents. We just haven't really played it because it's like we also have a kid now and everything. So, which granted, we could just throw the kid in the car and be like, all right, let's go. But
Right.
it's not really something she's showed any interest in really doing. So we really haven't.
Sure. I use it as an excuse to get my son outside and like off of Fortnite. Like
Okay.
that's just kind of, like, hey, let's go see the sun for a little bit.
Yeah. See, luckily, my
still
kid's
okay
not.
screen. It's okay.
My kid's not at that age yet where like he can play Fortnite because he just turned 2, and right now we're not necessarily having the opposite issue because like it's good to take him outside, and we enjoy taking him outside, but he doesn't really understand the concept of like rain. I guess like he knows what rain is, but like he'll be like outside, and I'm like, buddy, it's pouring. We can't go out there, and then he just freaks out, and or like we'll take him to visit her grandparents, and it's like if we're not outside for like 5 minutes, he just throws a meltdown, which is like wonderful. I get it. I hate to be the dad who's complaining about the kid that wants to go outside, but like, it's like, come on, dude. Like, daddy needs a break. Daddy needs to sit down. Like, can we chill?
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
Your lyrics are so raw and real. What artist inspired you to make your own music?
So the first EP I put out back when I was like 19, like the super sad acoustic stuff, it was a lot of like, I don't know, I like fucked around and did some like silly stuff before that where like it was just really crappily recorded, and it was like just cheesy stuff because I didn't know what I was doing, dude, and like it was like super cheesy, very like I want to be Never Shout Never.
Okay.
And looking back on it now, I hope that nobody ever finds like the YouTube videos or anything. Like I need to figure out the login so I can delete that. But like the EP Till Death Do Us Part, the first like thing I actually like had recorded and stuff, it was basically like one of those things where I'm like, look, I know I'm not going to make it with this whole music thing, but I kind of just want to like make music as like a self-therapy thing, kind of maybe be like, you know, like My Chem or any like the big ones that like we all listened to that like made us feel less alone when we were like kids and stuff, or like young adults. And so I just wrote some sad stuff because I was also listening to a lot of La Dispute and like Touche More at the time. So I was like, let me just do acoustic, a little bit less yelly this. And that was the first EP, and that's kind of what inspired that. And then I had a problem with substances that led to me stealing from my job at K Jewelers at the time, and kind of made me have to put the music thing on hold for about like 5 years. And because it was basically the whole first half of my 20s, I was pretty much just couch hopping and, you know, didn't really have a way to make the music or do anything. And I was kind of more worried about, am I going to have a roof over my head than what song should I put out?
Sure.
And then I discovered I had friends try to get me to listen to like the Front Bottoms before, and I'm like, no, like low key, this is trash. I can't listen to this. Like, I don't like this at all. And then one day I found Modern Baseball.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like this hits. And then me being the uncultured swine that I am, you know, YouTube rotations went around and a Front Bottom song came on, and I'm like, oh, I really like this. Like, I need to check out more of these Modern Baseball guys. And like, I click on it, I realize it's not even Modern Baseball anymore. It's the Front Bottoms. And I'm like, fuck, man, I like a Front Bottom song. And from there, it just kind of spiraled down to like me finding like, you know, the Midwest emo or Midwest emo adjacent. Cause like, I know, oh, they're not really Midwest emo, but shut up. So it kind of fell down that rabbit hole. And I kind of was like, these guys kind of just say what they're feeling.
Yeah.
Without trying to like be super metaphorical, which is like what I was trying to do with like the first EP. Was I was like, I need to just fill it with like similes and like imagery and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, why can't I just be like, hey, I'm sad because like, or like I'm sad because you broke up with me and moved to a different state. Why can't I just like say that instead of like some other like super poetic stuff that like isn't nearly as like deep and introspective as I think it is, because I'm not that great at it. Or like, you know, the truth behind the matter of like, you know, hey, I don't miss this girl who broke up with me. I really just miss the sex, like stuff like that. Like just, I guess things that like, I feel like I was just thinking it. I need to like write it down and put it out into a song. And they kind of helped me do that. So I think that's like the big inspirations. Is it's like a lot of like the early bands that like I listened to growing up, like, you know, Simple Plan, Bowling for Soup, My Chemical Romance, stuff like that. But then definitely the newer stuff is a lot more kind of forged around like my newer listening habits, which is basement emo bands.
Sure. No, I love the writing style of just it's like they didn't try to write a song, they just wrote a journal entry and then sang it,
To it.
and then it just put guitar and then just made a melody around it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
And it's
'cause
not
I mean,
even like anything complex, because like that's, you have like the music, especially like I feel like more in like the metal community, you get like the elitists that are like, um, oh yeah, you need like technical riffs and this, that, and the other. But then meanwhile, you have like these guys from Philadelphia, like who are just like, nah, I'm gonna play like some power chords and just sing about how I'd rather be talking to Chloe on Twitter than, you know, this girl annoying me. So it's like, um, nah, to me, like I don't, and it just, the technicality doesn't matter as long as it makes you feel something. It makes you feel something, you know, and that's what makes good music, I think, is the relatability and just kind of being able to like relate to somebody or have like your thoughts put into words, or, you know, to music in some cases, because a lot of times like we don't know how to express what we're upset about.
well,
And
right.
you hear some song and it's like, oh yo, I get this. I am a bag of bags underneath the kitchen sink. Like,
Totally. Absolutely. I mean, like I think one of the first bands that even like I heard doing stuff like that, that wasn't trying to like rhyme or make you or like come up with this big imagery was Saves the Day. Like Through Being
yes.
Cool. That album, I was like, holy shit, this is like way different. Like this is so weird. And then I was like, this is awesome.
Definitely. I feel like a lot of like I like my chem definitely helped me through a lot, like I want to say like eighth grade and stuff like that. But like a big one for me was Bowling for Soup.
Yeah.
And it's just like, because it's, you know, I found them like around the same time like most like the kids in my like school were like listening to like, you know, NSYNC and Britney Spears still. So like finding like these not I just felt like such an edgy like little kid like listening, because everyone knew 1985, and then I'm like, yo, punk rock 101, that's where it's at, dude. Or like Ohio. And then I remember my mom walking in one day when I think I was listening to Asshole by them or A Hole by them, and my mom's like, what are you listening to, turn this off. And I'm like, now if she heard half the music I listened to, she'd probably, I don't know how she'd be able to react, but because that's fairly tame compared to a lot of the stuff I'm listening to and actually making now. So
well, it's okay because you're an adult and you can stay up past 10.
Hey, you're right.
Like
you're
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny too, because I remember when I first hit 20,000 monthly listeners, and I thought I was hot shit. My grandma, like I showed her one of my songs. She's like, nobody's gonna want to listen to you with all this cussing. And I'm like, I've got 20,000 people listening to me every month. Well, I don't know about that. And I'm like, I do. It's right here. Like,
I do, because I've got I've got schematics and algorithms.
Yeah, I got this little thing right here that shows me.
My little computer phone, Gam.
Yeah.
Take a look at my computer phone. Speaking of computer phones, and we did talk about this a little bit, but you're super active on social media using memes and videos to draw attention to your music. What techniques do you feel work the best for you in regards to garnering engagement, bringing in new listeners?
Kind of being annoying as shit, dude. Like, I think that's the thing, is like a lot of people, like I get so many hate comments where they're like, you know, like, this is getting old, stop doing this, stop posting the same thing. I'm like, but you're commenting, like you're here, dude. Like
you're here.
This works. Like I try not to take social media super seriously.
Yeah.
Because I understand it as like a tool to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that it can make you look a certain way, but like if I look stupid for posting the same copy pasted like 7-second video with a bunch of text on it, and it makes me look, you know, makes people lose respect for me, I get it. I get that it can be annoying, but also like I'm not using Instagram and like what's the name of the other one, TikTok. I don't really like using them for like community building. Like for me, like that's what like Discord's for, or like Facebook pages, you know, like if I'm posting on Instagram or like TikTok things that are literally designed to reach people, I'm going to use the thing to reach people to promote the music. And a lot of like the way to make that is either A, say something that's probably not controversial to the point where it's like a bad take, but like something where it's like, I just put out the best song ever, like something stupid like that, because then you're going to get a bunch of people who are going to sit there and call you trash, but it's also going to push it and it's going to get shit a lot more people. So I think that strategy works a lot, but within reason.
I mean, you got to have a lot of like go get 'em attitude to take a lot of hate. Like I know, like, I mean, Matt can even attest, if we get if I get any negativity, like I'm like super bummed out.
It depends on
tough.
what time of day. For me, it depends on what time of day I'm looking at it and like what else is going on. Like if I can't check my Instagram or TikTok first thing in the morning, because like when I first wake up, one, I don't want to be awake, so I'm already bummed out. But if I see like any hate, like my logic doesn't kick in to be like, don't respond to that. It's BS. And like I'll leave like some super mean comment or something. And then I'm like, wait, I don't want to say that. And then like I'll delete it. But rather than just deleting my comment, I'll delete theirs too. And usually at that point, they've already got a notification. Then they comment again. They're like, did you really delete my comment, bro? And I'm like, I'm just not going to respond. But most of the time it doesn't get to me. But like that's my wife. It gets to my wife. Like, so she'll see a post come up and she'll like maybe scroll through the comments a little bit and she'll see like one or two hate comments. She's like, babe, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, like I don't care. Like, you think this is the first hate comment I've gotten today? You think this is the first one I've gotten? This is like the 15th one this week, dude. Like,
I literally have a letter. People don't even send letters anymore, and I have a letter that says they want to kill me.
Yeah. So it's like, it gets to me sometimes.
Sure.
I think the main time it really ever got to me was I had this like person who was literally like, I guess I was living on their page like rent free, because they were commenting on every reel, everything. And I was like, bro, it's like, I finally was like, why are you like yelling at me? You do realize like the videos you comment on do well. So, like, you're helping me get more people. And he's like, whatever, none of this is real. Me and a bunch of my real musician friends like sit around and make fun of you. And I'm like, okay, bro, like whatever, I don't care. And then it was like a couple weeks later, somebody commented on like one of my TikTok videos and was like, why are you and so from another band, which I'm not gonna name drop it, like, why are you guys beefing? And I'm like, I've never talked to this person. Like, I listen to their music. I don't think they know who I am. I don't like, let alone beefing. But like, my brain, like anxiety brain, went to, oh my God, they were the troll. They were the person in that band was the troll, and them and like all these other big bands in my genre that I'm trying to like break into just make fun of me all the time. Like, so my brain went there, and like since then it's fine. Like, honestly, at this point it's kind of self-acceptance that even if the people in like that DIY basement emo community or the people that have gotten out of that and had bigger success now, even if they view me as a joke and like dislike me for like, I guess, my internet behavior, I'm not gonna let it get to me, because like I know, yeah, I'm annoying. Like I can understand that, but also I'm not as annoying as I like put into the internet. Like, I literally just don't take the internet seriously. I don't care if it's
right.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta put on a show like that. I mean, you're trying to make content for people to look at. It's like, you're not like when you're doing like your fucking ass shaking videos, which I think are hilarious.
I need to bring them back, to be honest. I've been missing doing the little butt shake, but I've been trying to give Pool Song a break. So,
but it's like, it's funny because it's just like, some people are just going to be like hate on it.
This is
and
cringe.
Like, you have to like find that line and like sometimes cross it, because you gotta get the attention. Otherwise, you're not gonna get anyone. Like, it's hard to make a video that people will sit and watch, and sometimes you got to be cringy to get people to sit there.
Bingo. And that's the thing, is like, I've gotten comments being like, well, why don't you just like do cover songs or like post videos of you playing your songs? I'm like, I've done that. Like, I've done that before, and it just doesn't get any reach. Like, nobody sees it. Like, so instead I lean into the cringe, because it gets in front of more of you guys. Like, honestly, like my first video to ever pop off was the dumbest video, and it's not dumb like in the way we're talking. It was literally me kind of giving up on the whole TikTok thing, and I had gotten a bunch of comments that were like, "Yo, I love Mom Jeans." Like, not even me; it was people using one of my songs, and there's a bunch of comments like "Mom Jeans Heart," or like somebody in the one of the Front Bottoms groups on Facebook was like, "Hey, somebody shared a song like one time in here that was like, my body's covered in tattoos, but I wish it was covered entirely by you, but like I can't find it anywhere. Because somebody tell me what EP it's off of." And someone was like, "That's an Adjust the Sales song, bro," and like tagged me. I'm like, people like, so I made like some stupid rant because it was like, nobody sees my content anyway, I might as well do this, where I was like, I think the worst part about me like this being my most popular song is nobody knows it's by me.
Yeah.
And like I went on like just some like half-assed rant about it, and for some reason it was my first video on TikTok to like go quote unquote viral with like 1.6 million views or something. And
That is not a quote unquote. I just want you to be aware of that. That is not a quote unquote. That is viral.
And so it like, got a lot of people listening and stuff, but like then it got to the point where like anything else I posted, nobody, like, it didn't get any views. And
Yeah.
a lot of those TikTok marketers and stuff are like, yeah, once something pops off, you just need to replicate it over and over again. I'm like, so I need to replicate complaining on TikTok over and over again about like my music? Like, I don't want to do that.
Right.
But then I kind of did. And then I think that's one of the things we were talking about where you kind of need to like know it, like push the envelope, but like don't overdo it. Because I got people who started commenting that were like, "Oh, you don't appreciate your fans, you just always want more." And I'm like, no, I appreciate my fans, but like my goal is to like, do this, and I do want to reach more people. So like, just because I'm trying to reach more people doesn't mean I don't care about the people who listen to me already. Like,
right. And,
Yeah.
but that's also what TikTok is for. And we talk about this on so many episodes, but TikTok like is strictly for gaining new fans. It's not engaging with your already fans. It's finding new fans because no one leaves the For You page. It's always scrolling, finding something new. You can have a
exactly.
million followers on TikTok, but it doesn't fucking matter because no one goes to their follower page or their following page and looks at who they're following. They stay on.
Yeah, it's always whoever you see the second you open that app, which is always going to be on the For You page, which is like something I've had a bunch of people who are like, "I've unfollowed you and I'm still seeing your stuff," and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Stop watching. Like, it's the For You page. It's not the For Me page. Like, I don't get to tell you what to see. Like,
stop liking shit like mine, apparently.
Yeah, stop liking stuff, or like literally every single video I post is a 7-second video with like a bunch of text on the screen. Stop sitting there and reading it, dude. Like, you're just bumping watch time. The algorithm and stuff's like, "Hey, you want to watch this?" But the thing is, nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah.
Like, I've made a couple of videos like in response, like being like, "Hey, I get that you're upset that you keep seeing me, but also like this is your fault." And then of course, like nobody likes seeing it, and then I get reported for bullying or something, and I'm like, I'm not bullying them. I'm literally just trying to educate them on how your stupid platform works. But
stop commenting.
yeah, just stop.
Yeah,
not even stop commenting.
commenting.
Just stop watching it. There is a "I'm not interested" button, dude.
Yeah, just skip it.
But that's the thing. It's trendy to hate things now. That's the whole thing with it. Is like,
that's the internet forever. That's always the internet.
Well,
is just
it is. But the thing is so many people aren't realizing that stuff. Like, you had so many people upset about that Ronnie Radke song, about the zombified song.
Okay.
And what did they do? They made a bajillion TikToks about the song and how much they hate it, but with the song in the video and all this other stuff, and it made it a Billboard top 1.
Yep.
And then the Jason Aldean song, same thing. And then that other kid, I can't remember his name, the dude with the beard. Oliver Anthony or whatever. Yeah, him. Like, it was the same thing with him. Like, people, they don't realize this. It's like nobody cares if you morally stand against it. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't morally stand against it, but the thing is like, you sitting here making a public thing about it is doing nothing but hurting your cause. Like, you don't think this person deserves a platform? Honey, you're giving them the platform. Like, and that's
you're playing this song for more people to hear.
Yeah. And that's the thing that, like, I just don't think anybody gets. And again, like, you try to tell them that or call them on that, and you're the bad guy. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care. Like, honestly, I just need somebody at this point. Like, fine, all the people who hate me, if you could just start using the songs, that would be great. Like, if you could just make a video using my song saying this shit's trash, this is the worst thing I ever heard, I'm okay if that's what you say, because it's probably going to benefit me. Like, please go ahead.
Hold up. I think we came up with an idea here. I think we all need to have multiple accounts, right?
This is the
Multiple
true
accounts.
grassroots marketing, dude. That's what's going on right now.
And we're just gonna start hating on like songs.
Yeah, there we go.
So like, well, we're just gonna start promoting Adjust the Sales right now. We'll
But
have
all
our
with
own
hate.
personal accounts. Play the song and be like, "This shit's bullshit." Don't you
Yeah.
think so? Comment below and share it, and tell me it's bullshit.
So I actually tried that. I did try that. Like, so
Oh, yeah?
I have the
Did it
Adjust the
kinda
Sales.
work?
No, it didn't. I have the Adjust the Sales Discord, and I was like, guys, listen, hear me out. Y'all are using my songs. You guys should just make some videos bashing me. And they're like, no. And I'm like, guys, literally, it's fine. Like, I promise you, go ahead and make videos bashing me. Like, it's gonna be great. And it blew up because not blew up in a good way, but like it blew up in my face because a lot of the people who weren't in that Discord shared very similar, like, I guess, internet behaviors as the people in the Discord. So it was like they would see these videos of people bashing me and be like, you are so mean. Why would you say, like, basically like overly defending me and like they like borderline bullying the people making the posts. And I was like, no, guys, it's a joke. Like, it's okay. This is all a thing. Like, please chill out. Like, and so yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the internet works, but I'm also like it's what I do because I just, like I said, I spent the first half of my 20s like homeless and not being able to really like do the whole music thing. So like I kind of almost feel like I came in and like actually started seriously, I guess, taking it seriously a
So
little late.
So like the thing is, from what I'm getting out of this, is that the Drake song started from the bottom. Now we're here is about you.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Confirmed.
Yeah. Okay. I
Dude,
just figured. I figured.
So I actually ran into Drake at like a McDonald's one time and like was just kind of singing to myself. He's like, "Yo, that's heat. Can I have that?" And I was like, "You're Drake, yeah, dude."
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let everybody know it's about me.
Yeah, dude. I wrote started from the bottom.
Well, the thing is like he just created those words because all you were doing is just mumbling because I mean that's mostly what he's doing in that song. But
Oh yeah, and I say that I ran into him at
yeah.
and I say that I ran into him at a McDonald's, but like actually he was in the drive-through and I was inside, and him asking me for the song was actually more of like a him just looking at me weirdly and then driving off. But yeah.
Driving off and stealing it.
Yeah.
Since you started releasing music back in 2014, how would you say your music has changed over the years?
A lot, I guess. It's not like super overly sad trying too hard to be poetic bullshit, I think is how it's changed. I think it's not that I have started caring less about my music or like the product outcome, like the product I'm putting out. Cause like I still try to like when I'm writing or like putting stuff out, I still do try to like make it somewhat appealing and like listenable, but
well, yeah.
I definitely don't take myself as seriously as I did. Like I think with that first EP, like because like it's easy as like a 17 or 18-year-old kid who's like local music scene was basically just a bunch of like people playing with the same bands every night. Like it pay to play venues more or less where it's like, hey, we need you to sell 15 tickets for this show if you want to play, and you get there with the 15 ticket sales and they're like, hey, actually you're supposed to sell 18, and it's like this is predatory as shit. But a lot of bands, like at least when I was like doing it, because it wasn't in the era where like everybody was recording their own music. It was like kind of the where like you just kind of went to the live shows to support your friends, and like if somebody made an album, it was a big deal. So of course, like I'm this 19-year-old kid who just made this like 3-song EP that like was good, but like at the same time wasn't anything like super groundbreaking. And I basically I thought I was hot shit, dude. I was like, I'm gonna go play this. I've got this many people listening to me, and then I play these local shows in Maryland, and like nobody came out, and it was like, oh, okay. And then everything went down the way it did, and by the time I got back into it, I was like, I want to get back into music, but like I can't do it how I was doing before. And so I kind of was just like, let me just like write about how I'm feeling, play some chords to it, throw it out. So like in that regard, rather than sitting down for like 2 days writing lyrics, I kind of just like write it in 10 minutes, maybe fuck with it for like a day and then just throw it out. What are you guys doing? Get out. I'm sorry, my dog and cat are like
I'm like, what? I'm just listening, man.
but no, so I think that's the main thing is like I feel like the music's a lot more like genuine now.
Sure.
Which like doesn't always like hit the way it should, because it's like I definitely have a demographic where it's a bunch of lonely people who just want to listen to sad songs about like people leaving them or like doing them wrong. So whenever I put out songs about, either getting old or how I'm the problem and like stuff like that, they usually kind of fall short. Because I think, to be honest, like I'm not saying it's, maybe the songs aren't as good as the ones that do succeed, but also I feel like a lot of people aren't ready to admit that, they're the problem.
Yeah.
Like
and
that's
tough unless you like hit that
yeah.
wall, and realize that, and then that song is now for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier to just blame other people for like shortcomings and things, because like nobody wants to admit that like they were the bad guy, and if they do and they take pride in that, then that's a whole nother monster, and that's where you get your Mike Waltons. But which actual Mike Walton is not as bad as that song comes across, but like the song in general is definitely, it's coined a term. But the people who are like, yeah, I'm a bad person, isn't that so quirky? Look at me, I'm bad. And it's like, no, like I actually got some backlash on TikTok because somebody in my live was like, I relate to Mike Walton because I'm also a bad person. I was like, well, then you should probably change. And they're like, well, I don't know how. I'm like, well, whatever you're doing to be a bad person, you just try and do the opposite, maybe. And if you can't do that, maybe just don't be proud of the fact that like you're being terrible to other people. I don't know.
I mean, like, if you know you're a bad person, don't be jazzed about it. Don't be proud of it. Try and fix it.
Yeah, like life is. So my wife has this mentality that people should always be trying to better themselves, which like I understand. I think that like it's important to try and better yourself, but I also think it's okay to kind of just sometimes just like sit down and be like, you know what? I've gotten a lot farther than I am. I'm gonna chill here for a minute, And
Yeah.
like, but she does have a good point with that. Is it's like if you know that what you're doing is kind of shitty, like why keep doing it? Just like do what
Right.
you can to like be better, to do better. It's things like that. I think people should always be striving to be the best person they can be. Because like I've definitely been a person who I was not proud of, and
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna blame it on the substances or anything that I was on, because that's a cop out. Like the things I did were still my actions, and they're things that like to this day I will probably wish that I could take back. Not probably, like I do. I will probably spend the rest of my life regretting the things that I did when I was on substances. But
For sure.
the thing is it's like I've tried to put in so much work the past like 7 years to just be a better person than I was, and I think I've done decently. Put it this way, like I'm now in a pretty successful marriage. We have our ups and downs, but like we actually communicate through it, which is something that like I don't think the me 7 years ago would have ever, hell, the me 5 years ago could have ever achieved. Like if we had gotten married back then, we probably would already be divorced. So like to be here and to like actually be the person that I am, like I'm very proud of that. And that's my goal, is just keep not just with music but everything, kind of keep pushing to just be the best person I can be. And a big step for that, I think, is also just not caring so much about what other people think, so
Right. Totally. Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but basically just don't be a jerk. You don't gotta be a jerk.
On a side note, this is my big issue with podcasts, is I feel like I always get asked one question, then it turns into me rambling about a bunch of shit that has nothing to do with the question.
But that's okay. That is okay. That's what podcasts are for. That we're here to talk, and the people listening are here to hear you talk.
That's what I like. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, like if I had to pull answers out of you, this would be really boring.
Oh yeah, no. Yes. I just like that Matt is occasionally just chiming in with like, so here's the next question. And it's just
that's my job, is to keep us moving at least a little bit forward.
A little bit. I got you.
Pat also sometimes goes off on the tangents.
Oh yeah,
it's okay. I think you're doing wonderful. You're doing very wonderful.
Appreciate that.
And speaking of keeping us on topic, we have one more question before we go to our quick break here. If you could give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were first starting your journey, what would that be?
So like with music.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a little controversial because I get like the whole DIY scene and everything will be like, no, go play basement shows or stuff. But like, I know it can be kind of tough finding that because like I didn't know that Maryland had a DIY scene until after I moved down here. Granted, apparently it wasn't the best, but like now it is. Play when you can, but also if you seriously want to kind of make something happen with this, your best thing to do, in my opinion, is to be on the social media platforms. Like, it's annoying. I get it. You sign up to do music. You didn't sign up to like be a social media marketer. I understand that. But honestly, for the lowest amount of effort of like literally just like, I hate to say stealing somebody else's like text, but like literally just find someone else like who's posting a 7-second clip of their song with like the same thing that like those people who you see every time you sign into like TikTok or Instagram, where it's a bunch of text on the screen and it always seems like it's the same text, but it's a bunch of different bands saying it. Just do that. Like it might kind of suck, but like at the same time, you don't want to playing locally with like the same 4 bands is only going to take you so far.
Yeah.
You need to get in front of more people. And one of the best ways you can do that, especially for free now, like I remember back when I think it was like 2018 or 19, I was using like Facebook and Instagram ads. I was spending so much money on Facebook and Instagram ads. If I had known just to like post the way that I'm posting now, granted it's slightly different, but like to just post the way I am now, I haven't spent any money on ads in like 3 years. And I have had them like more success than I ever had. So honestly, just use your resources. Don't be, nobody's above social media. Unfortunately, it's part of the game now. So just, I guess, do that. Like, don't think you're above social media posts. Also, don't be like, okay, I'll use social media, big things coming soon, and then just never use it again. Like, nobody cares if you got big things coming soon. Show us the big things coming once they're here.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, there's definitely like I've gotten into like just conversations where Matt is well aware I can be pretty hard-headed on opinions and things like that, especially once I have an opinion and like I want you to know my opinion and I'm going to keep hammering it in. I've been known to do that, but when it comes to this, I mean, you're completely right. Like there's so many, I've talked with so many bands that were like, especially when TikTok was becoming more prevalent, they're like, well, I don't like TikTok. I'm not going to use it. I'm like, well, then don't play anymore. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, dude, like, that's for like years. Like, it was at least a year. Like, I was literally posting constantly because like I have a bunch of like mutuals on Facebook and stuff who were like, like musician friends. So I would constantly post. I'd be like, dude, if you guys aren't on TikTok yet, like you need to get on there. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Like I got on there, I feel like at a good time. I got on there like right as like a lot of people did, like when the pandemic was first kind of hitting.
Yeah,
I kind of hopped on, and like when I first got on there, like there weren't that many. Like you had bands and artists like promoting their music on there, but it isn't like it is now, where like people have kind of smartened up and been like, oh, I need to get on there and post,
Right.
And one more big thing I will tell people is no matter what the social media platform is, don't do follow chains. Don't do the whole calling all musicians of TikTok, follow me, I'll follow you back. Don't do any of that shit, because all that shit's going to do is ruin your algorithm. Social media is literally a numbers game. How your post does is based on who's engaging with it. All you're going to be doing, and I get, supporting local music is important, but let's be honest, aside from people like you guys, like like podcasters and stuff like that like take in bands and like interview them or like stuff like that, most musicians who preach, not most, but a lot of the ones I've encountered who are like support local music, that only applies to them. Like they will put on the face that like we need to support local music, we need to do this, and then follow each other, let's start a follow chain, let's do that. All that's going to do is give you about 50 new followers that are probably never going to engage with any post, and it's going to kill your reach.
Well, exactly, because the thing is when if you're a band and you have 50 bands that follow you. Well, you didn't get 50 bands followers. You got 50 bands all looking to do the same thing.
Exactly.
You didn't really gain anything. You gained 50, like the number 50, but it's not going to like push you further than that.
And I advise staying out of like networking groups because a lot of them are usually made from like the same thing where it's a band who's going into it with a selfish reason, but disguising it as let's all network and work together. Like I do think that there are some genuine people out there that want that, but a lot of people who you will encounter probably are just out for themselves. Maybe that's narcissistic or not narcissistic, pessimistic.
I mean,
but
there's a lot of people in the industry. It's hard to find. Like there are a lot of people. I mean, I've been doing this now for like Unsigned Pop Punk for like 3 years, and I mean, I started it for selfish reasons initially, and then I just realized I'm like, I think I like doing this more than playing music, so I want to do this. So it's like,
but there you go. You just said it. That's the thing is everyone first step to getting your band successful, make a podcast. Just kidding.
no, that's the thing though, is like in like Unsigned Pop Punk, like even just starting out wasn't even just like a podcast. You know, we were doing, we do like playlists and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. But like the initial playlist idea was, I was like, well, I wonder if I can, do something to get like people listening to my band. And
low key, and this is gonna make me look like a hypocrite, but I did the same thing. I tried to start a playlist group called For Fans Of. Yeah. And there were 3 playlists. There was one for the fans of Law Dispute, fans of Neck Deep, and then fans of the Front Bottoms. And basically all we had was like a little Submit Hub link, so you had to like follow the playlist and stuff. Yep. And then of course I was splashing my music on there, and the Front Bottoms one actually did pretty well, which I was actually really happy about. And I actually had a couple friends who like didn't have any listeners on that playlist, and they actually got their first like 1,000 monthly listeners from that list, and that made me feel good. But that's kind of where I was like, I don't want to be this person, dude. So I was like, I think it was like right before I started trying TikTok and ads, where I was like, I don't need to do this to get attention. This is a scummy way to do it,
Yeah, and yeah, I agree. I'm definitely not a big fan of Submit Hub. I've never done any of it because I think it's like initially it's all just fucking scams now.
Well, that's all it is. Yeah, it's literally you're submitting for playlists that have like 50,000 followers, but most of those followers are probably people just like you that were submitting to get their music on there and had to follow the playlist in order to
and then you have to pay for it.
Yes.
And it's just like, and that's one of the things that when I started Unsigned Pop Punk, like I know how hard it is to be in a band. I was doing it for like 20 years. It's fucking sucks. It's really hard. And it's hard to get anybody to give a shit about you. And it's expensive as shit to do things right. So like, I didn't want to charge bands for anything like that, for like playlisting. I think that's scummy.
Well, it's also against terms of service, which is why like I want to correct myself. I did not use Submit Hub. What I used was I made a hyperlink where the submission page was hidden behind like some clicks you had to do. You would have to click to follow the playlist before you got to submit to the playlist.
Oh yeah, no, I did that to start, I think. Yeah, like for a very short amount of time, and then I was like, that's when I was still trying to like get people to like check out my band, and then I was like, nah, fuck that, let's just do this.
There you go. Well, I think you've come a long way, and I think now what you're doing is something very genuine and great, and I'm happy to be here. So we should probably take that break that you brought up 10 minutes ago and give everybody.
We are going to take that break. Because on that note, we're going to take that break, and we'll be back with our next segment.
Hey, Pat here with Unsigned Pop Punk. We're a community dedicated to building up the music scene by shining a spotlight on up-and-coming bands. Now, I know what you must be thinking. These guys must be raking in the cash. Wrong. But you can help us help others by picking up some merch. We found what big business is selling shirts for, and we slashed the prices. We saw what people are charging for sweatshirts, and we windmill kicked those prices in the face. So pick up some merch from us today. You won't be mad you did.
And we're back. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'm sure you loved that ad as much as I did. I have no idea what the ad was, but
It
I
was such a
cried.
It's
good
gonna be
ad,
super
dude.
good. It's gonna be fire.
It was probably G Fuel, and you
No,
forgot your
it's
code.
not G Fuel.
Oh,
It's not.
G Fuel. Fuck G Fuel. It's
Not.
whatever
Not.
it is.
It's great. It's
And
beautiful.
It's gamer subs, dude.
we
Gamer
go.
subs. Just kidding.
But we're into the food for thought segment, the segment where we have hard hitting questions about your favorite food and mine. I don't know.
This is where we get into our like Lois Lane journalism here. We
Oh,
like
okay.
we have dug deep. We're going behind the scenes. You know, we're following mobsters around. No, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just about to
But-
let all my fans know the weird food that I eat. So let's go.
Well, and here's the thing. This first one, like when I wrote this, I was like, you know what? This might be a little controversial. It might be hard, but it also just might not be. So you're originally from Maryland before moving to Georgia.
Mhm.
So in your own opinion, which state has the better food scene?
Shit. Maryland. Maryland actually has got it beat. So Georgia's decent with like, I guess like they got like a little bit of like a Cajun scene down here that I've been
Okay.
finding, at least like where I live. But dude, like they don't know how to make seafood. It seems like every seafood place I go to, like they boil it, which like, I guess it doesn't really matter depending on you, but like I don't know, steam. You gotta steam it, dude. Like you steam your crabs, you steam your shrimp. Old Bay needs to go on everything. Okay. Like
Old Bay, baby.
that's the way it works, man. And then also, so I am a very big cheesesteak guy. So Maryland, like, we would either go to, in my hometown, we would go to Mr. Pizzas and Subs, or we would go to Geno's in Severna Park, Maryland. And like they were like the bombest fucking cheesesteaks. Like I get it, they're not from Philly, but to be honest, I drove to Philly, went to some under the bridge place.
It's always
Where it was
better under
like-
the bridge.
Well, so I didn't think so though. I didn't think so. The bread was too hard, and the whole sandwich fell out when I was trying to eat it. Like to me, that just wasn't good. But Georgia, their cheesesteaks, every single place down in Georgia that I've ever gotten a cheesesteak from uses like the sweet red bell peppers.
Mhm.
And I'm not getting a cheesesteak because I want it sweet, dude. Like you need to get them grilled onions and grilled green peppers on that thing. Like I don't want to have no red peppers on my cheesesteaks and that's the thing is like cheesesteaks and seafood not great in Georgia. So
Okay.
Maryland wins.
Well, I mean, that whole East Coast area, like not the Upper East Coast, obviously has like seafood on lock. That's what they do.
Hell yeah. Well, and they're like pizzas and shit because you got like New York, Philly, like Jersey, dude. Like, just food scene's better. Maybe I'm uncultured because I'm naming off like, cheap child favorite foods like pizza and burgers and stuff like that. But no,
I
Maryland.
mean, there's nothing more pop punk than that, though.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right. This is where we really dug deep for this question. You are given the opportunity to create the Adjust the Sails cruise ship buffet experience. What are we serving?
What the fuck? Oh man.
And now you just need to make an adjustment.
All right, so yeah,
like
so
cruise.
here's the thing. So we're gonna need like I hate Golden Corral, but we need to have like a taco bar, like Golden
Okay.
Corral does. All right, so you need your taco bar.
Yeah.
You need your steamed, not boiled crabs, like set up kind of like the Japanese buffet style, but like maybe a little bit better because this is a cruise ship, so we're gonna actually do them right and make them good. Oh, dude. I would, if you had asked me this years ago, I would have said like a chocolate fountain, but COVID has definitely ruined the idea of chocolate fountains for me. Same with like bowling alleys, dude. I hate going to bowling alleys now.
Sure.
But you don't like all the fingers going in finger holes.
So I'm gonna not say what I'm thinking after the statement you just made, but listen, I don't usually have a problem with fingers going in holes, but when I'm out in a place like where it's just I definitely question the cleanliness of it. Yeah, no, I'm probably I got an issue.
Let's be real here now. And this popped into my head, and this is gross. And I'm sorry that I'm bringing this up while we're talking about fucking food, but like, how many kids
sponsorship?
How many kids have like picked their nose and then fucking just dug it right in the goddamn?
Oh, dude, how many boogers are in the balls, dude?
How many boogers are in the ball? It's not like they clean the balls every day.
Dirty ass balls.
Oh
Some
no.
dirty balls.
Okay,
Man.
back to the buffet though. Let's get out of this dirty ass balls and fingers and holes. You got to have your pizza, and again, cruise ship, so we're not dealing with like none of that like shitty Totino's. So like I can actually fucks with like a Totino's pizza, dude, but like none of like the sit under the lamp and gotten two ruined pizzas. Like we need at least like the gas station pizzas, dude, because like I don't know what it is about those buffet pizzas, but they're never that great.
Mm-hmm.
Crab ragoons.
No,
we need crab ragoons. Because you need crab ragoons. And then like a sushi thing, dude. Sushi. Yeah. Like fresh sushi. It can't sit there too long either. Again, on a cruise, we need to make sure people are doing it right.
This is a very eclectic cruise ship buffet. It sounds like what are you going with for some dessert? You got rid of the chocolate fountain.
So we can have like the soft serve ice cream machines, maybe have a couple like pies and cake. Basically, I think like down the road, this place called the Atlantic Buffet, we'll just have them do everything because I'm pretty sure everything I just named they have on their buffet list. So we'll just have them. We'll just move the Atlantic Buffet into the Adjust the Sales buffet lineup.
Yeah, they'll just cater it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Do you have any pre or post show food rituals?
Not really like rituals, I'd say. Like it's not like I intentionally do this, but usually, especially if I'm playing in Atlanta, like I live like 30 to 40 minutes outside of Atlanta, I usually stop at like the racetrack, which is like the closest thing to a 7-Eleven we have down here. Stop at the racetrack and I'll usually get like a gallon of water, some sort of caffeine, and then like one of the little cheeseburgers in their little heating oven area. And then afterwards, depending on who I'm with and how late it is, there probably is a Taco Bell or Del Taco stop on the way home.
There's a Del Taco in Atlanta?
Oh, dude, in Georgia, there's so many Del Tacos, especially South Georgia.
I thought that was
I never
was like
a West thing.
Yeah.
So I'd never heard of Del Taco until I moved down here. I think I had heard about it in shows, but I thought it was just like they couldn't get the rights to Taco Bell thing. But then I came down here and I saw it and I was like, wait, Del Taco's real? And Cass is like, yeah, because she was down here before. We started dating in Maryland, then she moved down here before I did. So she's like, yeah, no, Del Taco's a thing. I was like, is it good? She's like, I've never had it. And then we got it and I loved it. She hated it. Granted,
it's not it's got to be loved enough because they're still fucking around, but I've never heard of any. You're the first person I've heard say they love it.
Oh, dude, yeah, I love that shit. Like, especially like my go-to now, whenever like I don't feel like cooking and like her and Lucas are out of town or something, is because we literally have one right outside of our neighborhood. I literally have to leave my neighborhood, turn right into like the shopping plaza, and it's right there.
Oh, nice.
So I'll go up there and I'll get like the carne asada, loaded queso nachos. Like that's my love that. But then I used to get the $6 chicken box, the one that came with the mini chicken quesadilla and the 2 tacos. Like, I don't know, there's something about their chicken I really like. Cass's issue, I think, with it is that every time we would go, she would get something that, because I'm basically getting stuff I would get at Taco Bell, but like with chicken and slightly better.
Yeah.
She would get like, I forget what she got the first time we went. It was like a tostada or something. Which, like, I have never seen this girl order a tostada from Taco Bell or anything. And then she gets a tostada from Del Taco, and she's like, I don't really like this. This isn't really for me. Like, I don't really like Del Taco. I'm like, the only thing you've ever had is a tostada. Like, you've never gotten a tostada from anywhere. Why would you? You can't base your opinion on a fast food place based on something that you would have not gotten anywhere else. Like,
the goal was to dislike it. It's like
the only thing she likes from them,
the shellfish. I'll have the shellfish.
The only thing she likes from them is whenever like, the seasonal pork, like whenever they have pork tacos or like the pork street tacos is like their special item of the month. That's like the only time she'll go there and actually eat Del Tacos if she can get the, oh man, I forget what it's called, but it's pork. It's something pork. So
fair enough. Well, we'll have to try and hit up a Del Taco at some point. I've driven past plenty of them over the years, but I've always been told to stay away.
Yeah, that seems like the thing too. Is like I feel like a lot of people I talk to like share the same sentiment. So maybe I'm just weird, which I definitely am because, like I said, I've definitely eaten some weird foods like by choice.
You can't be
So
that weird though, because they're still around.
yeah.
People have to like it.
Well, I mean, it's like Arby's though, dude. Like, do you see people at Arby's that often?
I love
My
Arby's, though.
my wife goes to Arby's any chance she can.
So I will. I do stop at Arby's from time to time, but like most of the time, dude, I'm the only person in the drive-through. I think the only like
Yeah,
out
it's
of
never really busy.
no, well, because like when I would go to the Yu-Gi-Oh to play for the night, like I would stop at the Arby's around the corner because it's like the Taco Bell was always packed, everything else was always packed. So like I just went to Arby's because it was like, all right, local starts in like 10 minutes. I need to get my food and get over there. So I'd go to Arby's, but it was like always just because no one was there. Like that was I'm like, how are these places staying open? Like, is my $6.99 that I'm paying for this sandwich like the only income that they're making? Like, how are they staying open?
I don't know. I want to try that new Good Burger burger though. Looks good.
I would like to, but from a lot of people I've talked to, they're like, yeah, it's just the regular burger that they already had on the menu, but they just said it was the Good Burger 2 burger.
But they put some Ed sauce on there. Got to be the Ed sauce. All right, that's it. That's our food for thought segment. It is a much shorter segment. Both of these go pretty quick. The first half of the show is the longest part usually.
Oh,
But
okay.
now we're hopping into rapid fire question.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
You're just gonna speak from the heart. You're gonna shoot from the hip. Whatever the first thing that pops in your brain, you just go for it.
All right.
It's not. They're not hard. Don't worry. Monster Energy or nothing.
Dude, I need my caffeine, Monster Energy, dude.
All right. See, because I didn't know whether to go with like Monster. Like I was like, what's more pop punk than Monster Energy? And I mean, if you listen to my ads, I'm going to say GFUEL every time. But but it's when I was thinking, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, Monster was just straight up Warp Tour, so it's like, well, you either drink it, and a lot of times when you ask these questions, it's like Monster Energy drink, or well, I don't drink energy drinks.
So for me, actually, I'm more of a Bang guy, just
Okay.
because the zero sugars.
Yeah.
I actually got yelled at for drinking Bang one time when I was streaming on TikTok because apparently some of their money went to a place that most people don't agree with, which is shitty, and I understand that, but like, I don't know, man. I need some kind of caffeine, and
Dude,
Bang's just there, dude.
now look, I ain't trying to peddle nothing, but G
But G
Fuel,
Fuel,
it fucks pretty good, man.
okay.
I
Yeah.
like it. You
But,
can get
all right,
like
I'll
a
have
big
to.
tub of it.
Okay, I'll definitely I'll probably have to go with G Fuel just to support you guys versus going with gamer subs that all of the Destiny 2 YouTubers are constantly trying to shove down my throat. Every time I watch a Destiny 2 video now, it's like gamer subs.
I honestly, like when it comes to energy drinks though, like I only will drink like the Ghost ones or like because there's zero sugar, or
Mhm.
G Fuel because there's zero sugar, and like there's like this quality that's about both of them that where it just like it doesn't taste as much like chemicals as
I
like
feel that, yeah.
Rockstar and shit.
Oh, dude, I drank Rockstar one time, and it was again Destiny 2. Destiny 2 had just dropped, and they had like a sponsorship deal with Rockstar, where if you bought like Rockstar, you got codes to like type in for like emblems and loot. So that was the only time I ever drank Rockstar.
Fair. All right. Back to rapid fire questions.
It was not very rapid, but yeah, let's go.
No, but the pop punk or emo?
Shit. Emo.
Okay. Taylor Swift or John Mayer?
Oh man,
This is where I think
I would say
this-
Loki. Could I say neither?
yeah, I think you like realistically, I think you'd get less heat than saying John Mayer.
No, I definitely, yeah, but like honestly, it's like, dude. So I've tried to like listen to both, like more than like one or two songs. Like I understand I probably know a lot more Taylor Swift songs than I probably know a lot more John Mayer songs than I think I do. But
Really?
I just if I don't know, I just feel like I don't need to choose one because I'm not gonna listen to whoever I choose. You feel me? Like sorry to
You're
all you
like, you know,
sorry to all the
it's-
Swifties out there, but like she just ain't I mean I can appreciate what she does. I can appreciate what John Mayer does, but like that's not something I'm gonna put on my playlist.
yeah, you're like, you know what? If it comes to Taylor Swift or John Mayer, I'm just not going to listen to anything.
Yeah, I'll just tap a pen on a desk and listen to that, dude. There you go. Done.
Make my own beats.
Yeah.
All right. Skinny jeans or baggy pants?
Skinny jeans immediately.
All
Dude, I'm
right.
30 and I'm still wearing skinny jeans. I'm not even skinny. I'm still wearing skinny jeans. So,
There you go. There you go. Disney Plus or Netflix?
dude, Disney Plus. I'm sorry. I'm a Marvel shill. So it's like I need to watch my Marvel shows. Netflix, I liked The Witcher. I like Stranger Things. The
Mhm.
new Scott Pilgrim show is pretty good.
Mhm.
But I'm obsessed with Marvel. Like Avengers Endgame is my go-to I don't know what to watch movie because I know that I won't have to be anxious about finding anything to watch for the next 3 hours.
I mean, Disney Plus has the new fucking Doctor Who, and that's really all that matters at this point to me.
Yeah, that's actually also true.
Mhm. Stuffed crust pizza or deep dish pizza?
Stuffed crust.
Yeah. Vans or Chuck Taylors?
Vans.
The All American Rejects or the Offspring?
All American Rejects.
All right, now this is the last one. Before all the time, we would test jingles knowledge and have you sing us a jingle. But this time, we're switching it up this season.
Oh,
This
God.
season, we're going to do a finish this lyric. And your lyric is, I'm sick of the things I do when I'm nervous, like,
Good things I do when I'm nervous, like cleaning the oven or checking my tires. I got it.
you did it.
That's
did
it. Do I have to sing more? Because I don't want to.
No, that's it.
All we can afford.
Okay.
Good
It's actually
job.
I'm gonna have to send this to my buddy Devin because literally because he's from Minnesota, so of course they're like his band. Like
Yeah, Devin, what's his last name?
We're from
Ronning.
Oh, I was like, I know a Devin that is like in music. So I was like, I wonder if it's the same
Oh
one.
no, he's not in music. So actually I got a video from his wife the other day where it was like basically his daughter roasting him and like
Okay.
praising me, which was kind of weird. She's like, I don't want to be like daddy. I don't want to be singing other people's songs and not letting anybody hear me. I want to be more like Mr. Shane and just throwing my music out there and like yeah. And I'm like, damn, Devin, how are you gonna let your 5-year-old like just roast you like this?
That's
Like
roasted.
but no, so him and his wife moved to Georgia a couple years ago and they recently just moved back because they had a second kid and they wanted to be close to family. But like that was like one of their I don't think it was one of their first dates, but like it's one of the big things they like doing. I think they followed Motion City Soundtrack around a little bit actually. But like that's like their favorite, that's their band is Motion City Soundtrack. So that's gonna be kind of funny that we ended this with a finish this lyric and it was Motion City Soundtrack.
Well, and if you didn't know, we are also from Minnesota.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I think it was in the email when I was I was like, oh, sick. Everybody in Minnesota. So it was the thing I joked with him because when he first moved back to Minnesota, my monthly listener, like my listener count for people in like Chicago has been my number one city on like Spotify for the entire time I've been on Spotify. I don't know why. I've never been to Chicago. I get that the emo scene's big there, but like I've never been there. And it has been my number one city by like a lot of people for like years. And then the second that man moves back to Minnesota, the next month, Minneapolis beat out Chicago for my most listened to city by about 400 people.
That's crazy.
I was like, yo, you plugging away? He's like, I don't know 400 people, dude. I was like, there.
Yeah, well, it was honestly, it was just me and Matt is really what
Hell yeah, dude. It was preemptively promoting so that people would listen to this, right?
Yeah, we knew we planned far ahead.
I like that.
Yeah. But Shane, you did it. You finished the podcast. Now's your chance. Just let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, And what's next?
All right, so you guys can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, all that good jazz. As for what's next, not shit. I always like time these things, like, and do these podcasts when I literally have like no plans right now. Like, I think like aside from the first one I did the first one, the first podcast I did, it was like right before the worst of came out. Every podcast I've done since has been like right after a release, which like I could say go listen to that, but like I'm not going to demand people go listen to a niche, super sad version of the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX theme song because
Well,
let's be honest, like it's
Y'all should.
you should because it'll make me happy and you know you might like it. Honestly, I'm amazed that it already has 10,000 streams. I did not expect anybody to listen to this. So, but yeah, no, I never have like anything coming next. I did Upon Your Dead Body. Rain, my buddy who does that, he actually kind of had a little bit of TikTok success too, doing it was Such Small Hands by La Dispute, but instead of the lyrics to Such Small Hands by La Dispute, he was quoting that Wicked Witch of the East Bro vine,
Okay.
but like in La Dispute style. So like he's like yelling like the whole time. And yeah, so but he and I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it yet, but whatever, fuck it, I'm bad at my job. He is currently working on a song I believe called Depression Pants or something along those lines that I did a verse on, so that should be coming out at some
Nice.
point. So
Well, I mean, at this point, this will be January.
so it might actually be out.
Yeah. So there
Go
you go.
listen to Depression Pants if it's out.
And you got shows coming up, didn't you say in like February?
Oh yeah, so January
Yeah.
I'm playing with Moose Creek Park and I'm not sure who else at the Inner Space in Atlanta, which is a DIY space in the old underground shopping mall of Atlanta. February 18th, 28th, 27th. I don't know. Sometime in February. I don't think I'm also supposed to announce this, but I'm playing with Apes of the State. Actually, no, it'll already be out, right? So we're good. February 28th, I will be playing. I think it's 28th. February. I'm just gonna say February. February, I will be playing at the Masquerade with Apes of the State. So I'm looking forward to that. And then March 17th, I believe, I am playing at Inner Space again with Mikey Mayo. So
there you go.
It's gonna be a good time. There's probably other bands on those bills as well, but I don't know who they are right now. So
well,
this is
and
past Shane.
you got a little ways to go. It's okay. Yeah. we got time.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody, make sure go follow Adjust the Sales, all their socials. Go watch him do some. He's gonna do some new booty popping dances.
Hell yeah, all the booty popping.
He's been working on his twerk. I've been watching.
I prefer to call it the Shane Shimmy.
The Shane Shimmy. Okay.
Yes, because if I say twerk, people are gonna be like, "You're doing it wrong." So, or the Shane Shake. Let's go with the Shane Shake. Yeah, that rhymes off the tongue better. So if I'm just bouncing my booty up and down, people can't say I'm twerking incorrectly. Then it's like, well, I'm not trying to twerk. I'm doing the Shane Shake. Screw you.
Yeah, perfect. I love it.
Owning it.
Get that copyright righted, and just don't let anybody take it from you. That's gold. And then you should start making shirts.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna just like make like a stupid ass meme version of myself shaking my butt and just say the Shane Shake.
You should make booty shorts that just say Shane Shake on the butt.
Dude, I should.
It's the new TikTok.
I should. Or actually, what I kind of want to do, one of my buddies made a metalcore style logo of Adjust the Sales. I kind of do want to make booty shorts and just throw that logo on the butt like old school, like Warped Tour bands.
You should. I'd buy them.
Hell yeah.
I need me a new pair of booty shorts, so they look good. I got good legs.
No, I feel you. We went to some festival by Rockstar. I think it was Disrupt Fest with like it was like I don't know if it was just in Georgia, but we went there and we ended up getting my pants got something spilled on them. I think Cass spilled her drink or something. So I needed pants. So the only shorts that were for sale there were booty shorts. So I bought a pair of booty shorts at this festival and wore them around the rest of the day. And she basically was like, "Yeah, please don't wear these again." I was like, "Okay."
I guess they're yours now.
Yeah, I guess you're gonna. Although on you, they're not gonna be booty shorts, but that's fine. You're gonna have these like double XL booty shorts.
You can have these baggy shorts. Hell yeah! Well, that was awesome, Shane. It was so fun to hang out and chat. We appreciate you spending time with us. Matt and I, you guys hang out with us listening. We're going to pop into the Unsigned Pop Punk News, and you're going to hear that after this jingle. And we're in the Unsigned Pop Punk News. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this far. Unsigned Pop Punk News, as always, is just a shit show full of nonsensical things that we're just trying to like throw at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You listen, you like it. I'm just kidding. I don't know. But things are cool. We talked a little bit about Discord in this interview, and you should join our Discord. Find us. What's that?
You should. I'm just your hype man.
Oh, hype man. Okay, join the Discord. Yo,
Discord.
It's awesome. Yeah, no, it's fun. Join it. Let's be friends forever. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Now, and tell us what you think of the show. Tell us what you think of the show. It really helps us out when we post about the show, or if you comment about it, say, I'm going to listen to it, or I have listened to it. Anything like that, comment on our post or comment on the video. Share it, follow us. If you haven't been following us, if you're following, subscribe to us on YouTube, like it on YouTube, follow us on Apple Podcast or Spotify. All of that stuff helps us reach more people and helps the algorithm send us to more people. So, just all that stuff. It's all free. So it's free ways of help.
Yeah. Like Pat said, help. And we're still doing it. Just like Rhett.
Yeah.
Shout out Rhett and Link, 2,500 episodes.
Dude, 2,500 episodes.
Did you watch today?
I sure did.
Oh.
I love Rhett and Link.
Still
Good
doing
mythical morning.
Still doing it. It's got nothing to do with this episode, but
dude, don't matter. They're
don't matter.
Idols.
Who's still listening at this point anyway? We got some donation for our gender equality shirt. I don't know which one it is yet, but I do know, just like Doug Dimmadome knows, that 15% of every purchase of that shirt goes and donated to some special charity that we have not chosen yet, but they're gonna be chosen, and they're gonna get the fucking shit out of 15% of every gender equality. And you know what? That fucking shirt is sick. And if you don't want to wear a shirt that says gender equality is dope as fuck, you can get a coffee mug. And guess what? You are not too old for a coffee mug.
No, coffee. You don't even have to drink coffee out of it. You can drink tea. You can drink water. It's just a cup. Put whatever you want in it. It's your life. You're an adult. We got lots of cool merch over at unsignedpoppunk.com. Go check it out. All that stuff helps fund what we do, and it makes you look cool, and it's very comfortable because everything we print it on good quality stuff, because I know that if I'm buying something from somebody, I don't want it on crap shirt. I put it on a good shirt. I put it on stuff I'm going to want to wear.
Yeah.
So pick it up. All of it helps. It's super helpful, and it's comfortable, and it's cool. That's what we try to do. But that's the way
Pat,
it goes.
Pat, one more thing.
We have one more thing.
Got one more thing. 2 weeks from today, in the future, we are going to have our very own stage at the Very Emo Music Fest. Valentine, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but we're going to be there. Pat's going to be there. You can stroke his beard if you pay $10.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Gibby will be there too.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be there, but it's happening down in San Antonio, Texas on February. What is your birthday? February 3rd.
On my birthday.
On your birthday.
So come on and spend my birthday with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. And with cool people like the Color Fred, Fred Mascherino from Taking Back Sunday is going to be there. Huh?
You may have heard of them.
Yeah, may have heard of that little band. Lolitz Leah is going to be there performing. Is it Josh is going to be there performing?
Yeah.
All of our cool friends.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. So come and hang out. if you're in the San Antonio, Texas area, or fly out. Why not? It's going to be dope. Drive out.
Do it.
I'm driving from Minnesota.
Damn. Not just Minnesota, northern Minnesota.
Northern Minnesota. It's a long drive. But that now is the way the news goes. Now we're good. Thanks so much, Shane from Sales, for hanging out with us today. It was tons of fun. I probably listened to all of his music on repeat for the last week, just prepping myself, not only have I been a fan before this, but you gotta prep yourself, get ready, get in the mindset. And I feel like I was there. I feel like I was ready. Thanks, Matt, for hanging out with me today. And thanks to Gibby for always being his Gibby best and being our friend. Thanks so much to Lawrence Crow for everything he does. If you need design work, Lawrence Crow does all of the Unsigned Pop Punk designs, and he's awesome, and he's a wonderful human being that you should want to support. Thanks so much to Ross also for being an awesome human being. Ross from Electric Kiwi for helping us out with all of our internet web design. And, if you're listening to this, or if you're checking out Unsigned Pop Punk on your mobile or on a computer, that's all thanks to Ross at Electric Kiwi. So if you need website made, hit up Ross at Electric Kiwi. And yeah, thanks everybody. We love you. And Skol. Go Vikes.
Go Vikes.
Bye.
this way.
you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.